South Australia's temperate zone comprises the once extensive native grasslands and various forest types, including the mallees of the semi-arid zone and the tall eucalypt forests of our wetter southern regions. Most of this region has a Mediterranean climate, wet winters, hot dry summers. This is the perfect formula for frequent bushfires. Animals living here have life cycles finely tuned to the usually predictable climate. Our experts are going to tell you something about them today.
The temperate zone is relatively small compared to the vast arid and semi-arid regions South Australia is known for. Much of the temperate zones have been heavily altered by humans for farming and grazing. Swamps have been drained and forests cleared. The human impact, which also extends to the arid regions, has resulted in the loss of many species. The southern brown bandicoot, which can still be found in the Adelaide Hills, is the last remaining species of 8 bandicoots that used to occur in South Australia. South Australia is the sad world record holder in loss of mammal species. We have lost nearly a quarter of the species that once occurred in our state.
Because we have lost so much of our temperate woodlands, many birds that live there are endangered. The Kangaroo Island glossy black cockatoo dwindled to 150 birds in the 1990s, but with a recovery program grew to about 370. The bushfires in 2019 and 20 destroyed more than 60% of their feeding habitat of drooping sheoak, so a huge effort is now required to ensure the population survives. The white-winged chough, now listed as a rare species, is unusual, living in large family groups, with younger members helping the breeding pair to raise their young.
Leaves and wood in temperate forests hold nutrients and carbon. Once these fall to the ground, these need to be cycled quickly back to the soil to allow the plants to grow and to reduce fire risk. A diverse community of soil insects and arachnids break down the fallen leaves and wood, particularly during the wetter, cooler months. These are useful creatures and include many insects you can see on the floor of the forest here, such as cockroaches and beetles.
Many of the state's endangered species are temperate species, threatened with extinction because most of their habitat in South Australia has been altered for human needs. However, temperate habitats are also where we see the best examples of how some Australian native species have adapted successfully to life with us in spite of the changes. Our local frogs all appreciate the installation of farm dams, which have multiplied potential breeding sites. The blue-tongued lizard today is a familiar animal in many suburban Adelaide gardens. But when Adelaide was first settled, early naturalists reported that it was rare. Possibly a reliable water supply and an abundance of the introduced garden snail have made the Adelaide area a more hospitable place for blue-tongues than it used to be.
The temperate region includes Adelaide, where most South Australians live. Next time you're in your backyard or your local park, think about the animals that live there, and those that could if we were to retain more of our native plant biodiversity.